Hello and welcome to season 1 of the Inner Pivot Roundtable discussion, filmed right here on location in Jamaica.
Raymond.
No, that's not how you say that.
Everything Irie.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm Dr. Simone Alicia, known around the world as the Self Esteem Doctor, and I've had the pleasure of teaching the most unusual mental wellness tools everywhere I can think of. And I've used formats like presentations, workshops, news, media, TV, even film. But I've never brought my work right here to my island where I was born.
Jamaica me crazy.
Stop it.
Nope.
Oh my God. Okay, so anyway, about a year ago, my husband and I decided to move our family here to Jamaica so we can enjoy the beautiful island and, of course, bring the tools. In that time that we've been here, I was reminded of just how confident and amazing us Jamaicans are. And yet at the same time, I came across some staggering statistics that discuss just how bad the mental health issues are here on the island. And it made me ask the question, how are we projecting all this confidence on the outside when things aren't quite going right on the inside? And then it happened. I had the brilliant idea to create a book called GWAAN LIKE. GWAAN LIKE. Nothing? Okay, so GWAAN LIKE. GWAAN LIKE is a word in Jamaican that means you're pretending or acting as if. It's when you're projecting one thing, but you kind of mean another. In this case, we're talking about GWAAN like you're confident, like everything's perfect, everything's great. But inside, the mental wellness and well-being is not quite where it needs to be. And I didn't want you to just read about this in a book. I wanted you to have a tool. So in the book, I introduce Check Yourself.
Everybody start check what you said. Make sure you check what you said.
What are you doing? We shouldn't be having any more interruptions, okay? So like I was saying, in the book, I introduce a system called Check Yourself. And that's the inspiration for this Inner Pivot Roundtable discussion you're about to see here today. We literally hear people's stories as they journey from the things that were blocking them, the hardships, the difficulties, and they overcome them to become who they are today, these beautiful, powerful women of influence. And all along the way, I explain to you where they may have used the Check Yourself system even if they didn't know it. It is amazing. So sit back, relax, get ready to learn the Check Yourself system and to be inspired by the journey of each and every one of these women. Now, what we've done is set this up so that you have one woman who takes the stage for each episode. So tune in now, you're about to learn about Donna. And Donna's journey is not one I just want you to admire and feel awe about. I want you to copy. I want you to emulate. I want you to use these tools and duplicate them in your own life. Because that's the point, for us to be not only inspired, but motivated to do something in our own lives so we can also overcome to become. Sit back, relax, and enjoy season 1 of The Inner Pivot.
Look up.
Look in. You take the next step, and then you take what you've gone through, and you figure out, how can I move forward with this?
Things started to change. I mean, it's like life started to open up.
You don't tell me who I am. God tells me who I am. When you're in the middle of it, it feels like it will never end.
Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Simone Alicia, known as the Self Esteem Doctor, and I have the pleasure to be gathered with these amazing powerhouse CEO women of Jamaica. And we are going to talk to you today about something that is inspired by my book, affectionately known as GWAAN LIKE. And in the book, we talk about the way we tend to pretend everything is okay, pretend all is well, put on this front, if you will, when in fact, there's more going on behind the scenes. But today's not going to be a sad story. It's not going to be dragging through the negatives. Instead, we're going to briefly look at those challenges, acknowledge that we have those challenges, and then help ourselves to realize, how did we journey from those challenges to where we are today? And it's not because the journey ends there. It's to indicate that when we know how we got from point A to point B, we can duplicate it. So every other goal that we design in the future and more things that we want and we dream of, we have a structure, we have a path, we have something that we've looked at and said, that's how I got there. And that's when I introduced the Check Yourself system in my book. So we'll talk today to these ladies about this amazing book, about this beautiful system that I've created and highlighted, and we will look at exactly what they've done in their own journeys that might have lined up with this system when they didn't even know it. So welcome to the roundtable discussion, ladies. I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So I'll start off by reminding you of what I wrote about in the book. There are many challenges that we all have, and so we could probably pick from an array of what we've gone through in our lives. But in the book, I actually mentioned my journey in the modeling industry and how I, get the rejection, you get this, but there was something in me that didn't let it settle in my soul. I didn't let these negatives and the rejection and all the things kind of get to me. Specifically, I went to an audition, and this lady looked at me, an agent, and she goes, "You're pretty, but you need to lose major weight." And she pointed at my hips left and right. She was like, "Yeah, you're entirely too big." Oh,
Yeah.
yes. And I was like a couple pounds lighter than this. But yes, honey. And I was like, my gosh, everyone else in the industry will talk about how that crushes them and how it does. But there was something in my head that said, no, sir. Like, no, wait a second. No. I need to have these babies. I need these curves. I need these hips, right? And I just, something in my head trumped what it was that she was saying to me. And later on, I asked myself, how did I do that? What was the process? What went in my head that made me be able to have a thought in my head that was greater than her opinion of me? How did I maintain that? And I realized that there were elements in what I'm calling now the check yourself system that I was using to clear out that negativity, look for the positive in me, embody that positivity in me, and decide I'm going to connect with the gratitude of what I do have, and I'm going to maintain that state no matter what it is that you have to say to me.
All right.
So I know I'm not alone on that journey, ladies. So we all have big variety of things that have happened, and I'm very curious to hear from each and every one of you what some of those challenges were in your lives that you've gone through that then you had to overcome. And I want to talk on here about how it is that you overcame it and where we are today. So everyone can know that they can do it too. It's not just us, all right? Tell us who you are, what your challenge may have been, and what it is that you're doing now for us.
Okay, so for me, I am actually a licensed insurance and real estate professional. But I didn't start out like that. I had my own company. I was a very successful company, and I went through a divorce and lost my company at the same time. I went through a divorce and lost my company at the same time.
Wow.
Yes. So I was a teenage girl.
Oh boy.
And her younger brother. And so I was unemployed, divorced.
And a teenage.
Yes.
Right.
So I had to make the decision, I could let it break me or I could learn from it and move on, because I had my daughter watching, my son also,
Right.
but he was younger. So I had this BFO moment.
What I mean?
Beautiful.
Blind flashes of the obvious.
Oh.
I'm gonna write that down.
BFO, blind flashes of the obvious. We're gonna write that down for me, please.
Yeah,
Sudha.
please explain.
Sure.
All right.
So I had to really find out who I was at my core. So because I was with my former husband since I was 18. So
I see your best friend.
Yeah, for the new identity.
right. So there's a lot that I didn't know about myself,
Right.
So I had to start from
Who's Donna?
so
What
I
has
had to
Donna
do
like?
a lot of introspection.
Yeah.
I had to do a lot of reflection. I had to do I went on this serious journey of finding who I am, finding out who I am, and I went on a spiritual journey as well. And I had these moments where in the mornings I'd drop the kids off at school and I'd come back home and I would meditate and I would pray before I went to work. And I had the most amazing relationship with God. I still do.
Nice.
But at that moment, I really needed it.
Of
You
course.
know? And then things started to change. I mean, it's like life started to open up and things started to, it's like I was seeing life in 3D now. Everything was brighter. You know, everything was just so different. And I made a decision not to dwell on the negative, to move forward.
I like that.
So I got a call from a family friend, said he wanted to see me about a job opportunity. And I was like, no, I can't go from being an entrepreneur to
Working for somebody again.
so I can't do that, you know, and they, you know, so then I go, you know what, I don't think I have a choice. So I did.
Okay.
I went and I had a meeting with him. He explained to me what the job was about. It was about being a broker at an insurance company and the potential. And I went and I did the interview. And I made a promise to myself that day. I was like, you know what? I am not going to give up on being an entrepreneur. I will get back there soon.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So I started the job, and I had some challenges. Oh my gosh.
With the insurance.
With the insurance.
Okay.
And I had some challenges because I had to relearn, but I had some core competencies.
Of course.
Because
Once
I
you're a
was a
business owner.
sales, right? I was in sales, so that was my core.
Yes.
So I could sell anything.
Sure.
So, so I used that to my advantage, and I started to learn more and more about insurance. And what I learned is that it's a service you provide to families. You create a legacy for families. You create peace, and you create stability for a widow who has lost her husband, who never worked, and he had an insurance policy.
Wow.
You know, the family can continue. So what I do is to help families to grow, build, and maintain wealth, generational wealth,
Nice.
legacies.
So that's
You know,
compliment.
Yeah, it is.
So your challenge became your ministry, almost like what
Yes.
you had to go through, turning
lived it
Yes,
first.
yes.
that's
You
right.
lived it
Because you had a
first.
divorce,
right.
not a death, but
Right.
it's a death in a sense,
Right.
because
Yes.
you're with him for 18 years.
Yes.
So it felt like
From
a
it.
death.
Yes,
Right.
so you could relate and
Absolutely.
empathize.
I
Absolutely.
did. And so it became such a passion. I really love what I do because I'm changing families.
Yes.
Right. And you're seeing the bigger picture. It is finance, but it's finance for the cause of, for that purpose of the big picture of family and security and longevity and all those beautiful things.
Yeah.
So you took something negative. I just want to beat this
Bring
into
it
the
back.
ground,
That's
y'all.
right.
Yeah.
You took something negative. You dealt with it because it's real. We're not here to sit here and act like there's nothing negative going on. As you may know, as you get to know me, I am not going to beat negativity into the ground and sit and talk about it. I'm like, girl, let's cry about this for 3 weeks. Like, I don't got time for that. Okay, we're gonna cry for about 15 minutes and then we're going on, moving on, right?
Right.
So
I
we're
like
gonna
that.
deal with it. We're gonna feel it. And we're gonna be honest with ourselves. But we then want the path out. What's next? And then you take what you've gone through and you figure out, how can I move forward with this? How can I hunt for the best? How can I embody what it is I say I want next in my life? How can I connect this in a place where my heart and mind are in it, and I'm determined to believe in myself and put my talents to the test, if you will, and go forward and keep sustaining that, reinforce the state of success and the new mindset of success, so that you can actually keep accomplishing and achieving. So, give your beautiful word of encouragement and let us know how you can continue to serve in Jamaica.
Well, words of encouragement. I'd say it's important to know exactly who you are, what drives you.
What's
And,
your why?
Yeah, your why, what drives you. You know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And for your service, I know the service is so important to you. So, are you encouraging also for financial independence and to know where to
Yes.
invest and things like that?
Yes,
So
yes, to create a portfolio that will help you to build wealth, create wealth, and to maintain wealth.
The maintaining
Maintain.
that part. All right, what I'm hearing as the theme here is really giving back and really service.
Yeah.
And in the book, in the GWAAN LIKE book, rotating my cup here, okay? In the GWAAN LIKE book, there is a point where we talk about the ripple effect. That when you stop GWAAN LIKE and start to check yourself and start to operate from this different mindset, that it has a ripple effect and it starts to affect those in your family, those in your organization, those in the community, and it just continues to ripple out. There's something that is born within the hardships, that if we do not stay in the darkness and stay in the hardships, then we can actually unveil that. The problem is when the hardships come, we get stuck in there. So I'm going to give you an analogy. The analogy didn't appear in the book, so tune in. This is prime time just for you, okay? I want you to imagine that you're a seed, that we're all seeds.
Okay. This is new.
Where do we have to put the seeds so that we can
In the
grow?
ground.
In the ground. The ground is
Warm and
dark.
It's dark.
So we get into the darkness. Now, the watering of self as a seed, I have to water myself, I have to nurture myself, I need the sunlight, I have to be willing to absorb all that which I need so that I can grow. That is the self-love. That is the work on self. That is the part we have to tune in. Everyone's afraid that, oh, I paid too much attention to myself, I was too nice to myself, I big up myself too much. When we actually big up ourselves, that is us watering the seed.
Okay.
And when we water the seed and the seed begins to grow, let's call it an apple seed for this example. So now it becomes what kind of tree?
Apple tree.
And which bears what?
Apples.
Who does it feed?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Thank you. So in the process
that
of
girl.
nurturing self,
Yes.
you create that which you need to feed others. So do not be afraid of nurturing self. Do not be afraid of being proud of what you have accomplished. Do not be afraid of the moments of darkness. Just continue to grow out through it and understand that the fruits that you bear from that experience will feed and serve the world. And I would love that to start right here in Jamaica.
I would take that analogy just a touch further, that you can count the number of seeds in an apple, but you cannot count the number of apples in a seed.
Correct. Correct.
I just took you full circle, girl.
Correct.
We're done. Bye. Love you guys. There is nothing else.
So don't kill your seed.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yes.
stop GWAAN LIKE.
Stop GWAAN
And what do we have to start doing, ladies?
Check yourself.
Check yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, we are inspired by Donna, and we are going to take all of those tools that she shared with us and we're going to use them in our own lives, because we've all been there. We've all had to lean on our faith a little bit more. We've all had to be mindful of who's watching and who we're inspiring along the way. And we've all had those opportunities that make us feel like we're going more backwards than forwards. Oh man, but this time we have tools to help us. We watched as Donna overcame to become where she is today, and we have the same ability now that we've learned from her example. Oh, so powerful. And at the end of this episode, we heard a little bit from Carrie Smith-Barrett. Oh, and let me tell you something. When we tune in to episode 2, we are going to hear so much more from Carrie Ann that it's going to make us truly believe in miracles. Make sure you join us next Monday for episode 2 of The Inner Pivot Season 1. We are in it, you guys, and it's time for all of us to overcome and become.